Welcome, guys. Welcome to Team FreeStyle Build Strong Training. I am super pumped. And I just first of all want to say to you guys, I know this isn't the case in North America, but it certainly is the case here in Australia. Happy new financial year of 2019 and 20. Hope you guys are super excited about taking your business, your financial position to the next level. And to be honest, I don't think that we could start the new financial year off with something more powerful than this. I'm super excited about tonight. And I just want to say to you guys that never in the history of my journey inside Team FreeStyle have we ever exposed any sort of software, any sort of program to this group, because I am very conscious to protect you guys that you're not wasting time on shit. Is that it's so important that you guys are spending time on the number one activities in your business. And what I'm excited about tonight is that I don't know anything like this that's out there that is really making more impact. I'm probably going to get, Eric can kind of share. I'm not going to steal any of the stats. I know you shared some stats with me the other day and I was like, whoa, it's amazing. I've shared it with our leaders and I'm like, no, this shit's serious. It's like, this is a game changer. So I'm going to get out of the way, Eric, but first of all, I suppose I want to introduce you really quickly. So Eric Johnson, guys, tonight is our very special guest. He is the owner, the founder of an amazing software program called Teamzy, which is certainly, from my perspective, how I see it, it's a great accountability tool. It's a great relationship building tool. And if anything that our business is about, it's a relationship business. And anyone that I know personally that is using Teamzy to build their business, everyone raves about it. Not to mention the stats that Eric will probably share a little bit of the impact that his stuff's doing. It is 3 a.m. in the morning, by the way, right now for Eric. So big effort for getting on and sharing, mate. We appreciate your time, but welcome to Team FreeStyle Training.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here with y'all. Okay, well, that was an awesome introduction. I'm just going to dive in here. So thank you guys. I'm excited to talk to you. My name's Eric Johnson, as you said, creator and founder of Teamzy. And I'm going to do a few things today. I'm going to take you through how Teamzy works. I'll show you how to set it up. It's super easy. I'll show you how you can get your DMO done in less than 1 hour every single day. No excuses. Super easy. Whether you're brand new to the business today, you'll know exactly what to do. And for those of you who are leaders, it will unravel the mystery of duplicating this with new people. It's so easy. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. But first, you guys need to understand, Teamzy is based on the philosophy and system called relationship marketing. And it's really important that you understand that, because Teamzy is going to help you build relationships in a systematic way. So I'm going to take you through a little bit of training tonight on relationship marketing, what that is and what that approach to the business is, so you'll understand what Teamzy will actually help you do. So let me start with that, and then we'll take you into Teamzy. I'll show you how to set up a power hour so that you can crush that every single day. So let's see here. I've got full controls, right, Adam? Beautiful.
Oh, I'm going to make you the host. Hang on one sec. Good reminder.
It's letting me share anyways, which is great.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Okay. So this is what I want to talk to you about first, how to systemize your success with relationship marketing and become a power hour boss. Power hour boss is one of our hashtags. When you're just using Teamzy, you're going to be able to do everything you need to do in your business in an hour a day. You're going to feel so empowered. Those of you who don't have a lot of time, you've got full-time jobs, things like that, like I did. I had a full-time job, 4 kids, starting this business. I only had an hour a day. The system will help you do it. A little background on me. My background is in business coaching and consulting. I've been a professional business coach for 16 years, helping people build their business with relationship marketing. I stumbled into direct sales by accident. I found about 4 years ago, I found some products that really helped me. They changed my life. And I was just sharing them because I love them, like people do. And I didn't really think much of the business opportunity, know much about it. And when I looked at it, I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. I could do this on the side, kind of a side hustle. The problem was I was so busy in my life, I only had an hour a day to do it. So I started looking for systems out there that would help me leverage my time. You know, as a professional business consultant, that's the first thing I help my clients do is, hey, let's get your time more efficient so that you can do the high level activities and focus on there, you know? And so long story short, there just wasn't anything in our industry out there for us. There was nothing that people like me could use. I'm not a techie person. And I hated using complicated softwares. It needed to just keep me focused and make it simple. So that's why we ended up creating Teamzy. Just to give you guys some background, Teamzy's been on the market for 3.5 years. And in just those 3.5 years, we've had more than 80,000 network marketers use Teamzy, which is kind of amazing, you know, because we're not one of those, we don't advertise or anything like that. It's just word of mouth. Also, just so you guys know, active Juice Plus distributors who are using Teamzy, they're averaging 18 new customers, okay, and 12 new recruits over 90 days. 18 new customers and 12 new recruits over 90 days. That's just the average of the people who are using Teamzy and that are in Juice Plus, which is kind of awesome. I shared these numbers with Adam last week, and I hadn't shared them with anybody, but now I feel good because I got to share them with Juice Plus Corporate on Thursday. So now it's officially out. But I just wanted you guys to know what you can kind of expect, which is awesome. And the numbers are really great for Juice Plus. It's such an amazing community. The numbers of recruits that people are getting is actually higher than industry wide, which is pretty cool. So that says something about your guys' opportunity as well. And for those of you who don't know this, it's my great honor to let you know that Juice Plus Corporate has endorsed Teamzy for their distributors, which is pretty neat. And they've also negotiated, we'll talk about it at the end, but they've negotiated a discount for you. It's pretty great. It's more than a third off for Juice Plus distributors. Okay. But for those of you who haven't used it, I want you to know this. If you go to teamzy.com/JP, you can get a free trial of Teamzy for 30 days, full free trial, no strings attached. We don't ask for your credit card. We don't want anything weird like that. We just want you to try it out and love it. Okay. And you're going to want to try it after this call. So teamzy.com/JP is where you get your free 30-day trial of Teamzy. So let's get back to this relationship marketing concept. What is relationship marketing? Adam said at the beginning of the call, it's all about relationships. And of course, he's absolutely right. And people hear this buzzword, relationship marketing. A lot of people think, oh, that's just selling stuff to your friends, right? I don't know if I want to do that. But you need to know something. Relationship marketing is a lot more than just selling stuff to your friends. It's actually a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system, okay? And that's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. Why is this important that I'm teaching you this kind of dull business school definition? Because you're business owners. And if you thought your business was marketing and selling Juice Plus products, you're wrong. Your business is lead generation. You're in the lead generation business. You're a business owner, okay? And that's your job. And the first decision you make as a business owner is, which lead generation system will I use in my business? Does that make sense? Now I'm going to talk to you about relationship marketing because it's the most fun to do. It's the most rewarding, the easiest, and gets the best results. How many people want to sign up for those? So here's the deal. First principle, in relationship marketing, developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. It's not generating sales. It's not recruiting people. It's building relationships first. Does this make sense? Why is it so important? This is the thing that everybody misses in our industry, and it drives me insane. Why do we develop relationships? Because we're going to turn relationships into advocates. We're going to turn relationships into advocates by investing time in providing outstanding service. Turn relationships into advocates by investing time in providing outstanding service. Yes, we want to get some sales. Yes, we want to recruit people to our team, of course. But our goal is to make people our advocates. Our goal is to make people so excited about our mission that they're bringing people to our business. An advocate is worth so much more than one customer. Does this make sense? Okay. Next principle. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you're a jerk, this ain't going to work. Okay. This industry, direct sales, has kind of a bad reputation sometimes. Have you guys come up against that talking to people? And it's because so many people have violated, while building their business, have violated trust. They've done things disingenuous. They've done things that are a little bit tricky, a little bait and switch here and there type thing. You know, in the old school, like, hey, let's have coffee and reconnect. And then you pull out your binder. Surprise, I want to talk to you about this business opportunity. You know, like, ugh. All these things that have been done that have given this a bad reputation. I want you guys to understand with relationship marketing, it depends on trust, which means, for those of you who you can take a deep breath, You can be incredibly successful being authentic, being true, being absolutely above board on everything you do. You don't need to do anything tricky. It's all about building trust. Okay. Now here's the good news. Trust makes the work fun. Trust makes the work fun. When people trust you, even just a little bit, you can help them. You don't have to convince them. You don't have to sell them. You just get right to helping them. Okay. Trust takes the ickiness out of the sales process. I know in the States, icky is a technical term for business. Nobody wants to be an icky salesperson, right? And when you build trust, you never come across that way. And finally, you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes instead of going for no or worrying about rejection. With relationship marketing, you're investing in relationships. You're going for yes. You're building everybody into advocates, if it makes sense. Okay. So how do you build trust? How do you actually do it? Tonight, I'm going to share with you, I'm going to give you a little something you can apply right now in your business. The 4 essential ingredients to building trust. Okay, I'll take you through them really quickly, and then we'll jump into Teamzy and do a quick demo. The number 1 ingredient to building trust is chemistry. Chemistry. Number 2 is character. Character. Number 3 is competence. Okay, competence. Number 4 is consistency. Consistency. You guys get all those? I know I've got this thick California accent. All right, chemistry, character, competence, consistency. Chemistry. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Okay, chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Just think about this. If you ask some questions, you'll find that you have something in common with every single person on the planet. Okay? The easiest way for me to describe how important chemistry is this. Nobody wants to do business with someone they don't like. Right? And on the flip side, there's actually a statistic to this. People prefer to do business with friends. People prefer to do business with friends. I know they did a poll in North America, and the number was 84% of people polled would prefer to do business with a friend. Somebody they felt was a friend. Okay, so chemistry is important. Figure out where you have common ground with somebody. Build them up. Now, here's a little side note, little dad advice for everybody from me. I've got 4 kids. Don't do anything that's anti-chemistry. Like, for example, on your social media stuff, don't be so opinionated that you drive people away from your business. Look for ways to unite. You're no longer just a person. You're a business owner who has a business that can help everybody. Does it make sense? Focus on building up, focus on uniting, focus on finding things you have in common with people. As far as I can tell, Juice Plus actually can help everybody, even if you don't like them. Number 2 is character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Notice something about this definition. You don't actually have character. Sorry to tell you, you don't actually have character. Character is something you do. It's the action you take. And we think of it as something we own. Like, oh, I've got character. How dare you? How dare you question my character? We get offended, don't we, sometimes? You need to understand. I feel that way sometimes too, but you got to understand, look, it's up to you to demonstrate your character on a daily basis. And that shows in how you care for others. Okay. Your brand isn't just when you post on social media or in a presentation about the business. Your brand is 24/7. Your character. You want people to trust you. You got to show your character in your life all the time. Right. It's not just how you talk to people, how you take care of your customers, how you become competent in processing sales. Talk about competence in a second. It's how you drive on the road and respect others, how you return to the shopping cart at the grocery store when you're done instead of leaving it in the parking lot. Like just little things like that. They start to demonstrate your character, and it will carry through into your business. Demonstrate how much you care for others constantly and that you're relatable to others. Number 3, competence. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. There's 2 pieces to this. Are you knowledgeable about Juice Plus? Can you help me solve my problem? What is my problem first off, and can you help me solve it? Do you know what you're talking about? Do you know about other products? If I asked you, well, what about this product? How does it compare to that? Do you know about that? Are you working on becoming more and more competent about what Juice Plus does for a person? Are you learning about nutrition? Are you learning about health? Are you constantly expanding your knowledge and showing your competence? That's a big piece of this business. And so I encourage all of you to get on a mission to become more and more and more and more knowledgeable about these things. The second piece of this is, are you good at what you do? Like, do I want to join your team? Do I think that I could be successful on your team? Are you showing me that competence? Right? I've got choices, don't I, to join a Juice Plus team. Now, real quick on this for competence. Competence is a journey. Some of you are farther along on the journey than others, right? You've got to constantly be working on this. For those of you who are new, and I'm sure there's people on this call who are new and they don't have the same competence Adam, has. What I want you to do is just really importantly, don't pretend you're more competent than you are. Don't fake it. Have you guys heard someone say, fake it till you make it? Have you heard that phrase before? Don't do that. You don't need to fake competence because it comes across as disingenuous, and we're trying to build trust. Trust is hard to build and easy to violate, isn't it? So what I want you to do is, if you're not there yet, if you're new and you don't know that much, let people know, hey, I'm new and I don't know that much. But lean into your team. Lean into your team's competence. But you know what? I'm connected to the most knowledgeable person you can even imagine on this product. And any question that you have, we'll get an answer pretty much immediately. You want to join the business? We'll be mentored by the best together. Okay? I mean, we're talking a training program that even brings the Teamzy guy in to train us personally. You are in the right place. So when you're new, lean into the competence of your team. Leaders teach new people, lean into your competence as they build their own. Chemistry, character, competence. The first 3 ways to build trust. There's one principle that underlies these, and then we'll jump to number 4. But I want to share this principle quickly with you. If somebody's going to do business with you, they really only care about these 3 things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? These are, I call these the heart questions. Everybody asks these in their heart. And when you become, by the way, do you guys ever get objections in the business? Of course. All objections come from these questions. Whatever the objection is, it comes from these questions. Their heart is saying, I'm not sure if I can trust this person. I'm not sure if they really care about me. So learn to overcome the objections, and but at the same time, understand that you need to continue to build the relationship. As you build a relationship over time and build trust with somebody, these questions go away. So do objections. You can just get right to helping people. By the way, when all 3 of these questions go away, typically you have an advocate, someone who's excited about bringing more people to you. Number 4 is consistency. Consistency. How many parents on the call? Raise your hand if you've got kids. Do you think it's important to be consistent for your kids to trust you? Yeah. Then it'd be pretty important to be consistent if you want other people to trust you too, right? I mean, it's the most important thing. And I love this, this principle from one of my favorite books called People Respect Consistency and Desire It for Themselves. People respect consistency and they desire it for themselves. My wife, my wife is one of those people. She's amazing. But if I make her a promise, she's like, great, show me. Right? Show me. And show me consistently. And not everybody says that, but everybody feels that way. They feel good about somebody who's consistent. When they see you being consistent, they trust you. They know that you're going to follow through. This is so critical, you guys. And most of us struggle a little bit with being consistent, but we'll do it for others. We'll be consistent for others. I do this high-level boot camp every quarter. And one of the principles I always teach is, as parents, and I think most of the people on this call probably are parents, is, we are very consistent with giving food to our children, aren't we? We're very good about giving food to our children. I've actually never found a parent that wasn't able to do that every single day of the child's life. Like they consistently did it every single day, which is incredible, right? But obviously the why is there with your kids. We got to find ways to be consistent in our business that help us get there too. Like we have to understand what motivates us so we can be consistent in our business. So there's a couple of things, how many of you use Juice Plus consistently? Let me just see some hands. Do you guys use your Juice Plus consistently? That's part of it, right? If you want people to trust you, you actually have to be using the products and living the lifestyle, right? You got to be trying to get healthy in general, living a healthier lifestyle. How many of you are good about sharing your journey about Juice Plus on social media? Let me see who's consistent with sharing, posting, sharing what you're doing. Do people even know that you're doing it? A lot of you are good at that. Not everybody, but that's okay. The real checkup from the neck up is this, though. Oh, wait, let me give you my book real quick, my book recommendation. This principle comes from one of my favorite books. It's called Influence, Psychology of Persuasion. Put that on your reading list. I know somebody on the call marked it up with a little piece of red pen, just so you know that was you guys, not my second 2-year-old. Robert Cialdini. Okay, but let's get consistent because consistency is important. But the real checkup from the neck up, as Zig Ziglar used to say, are you consistent with your relationships? Are you consistent with your relationships? Are you consistent with connecting with people one-on-one as you are, say, posting on social media? It's so important. And we're here to talk about building relationships so you can build your business, right? But relationship building is the contact sport. That means you need to be in contact with people. You have to be in regular contact with people if you want a relationship with them. There's no other way to do it, okay? If you were to hire me as a consultant for your business, I would tell you what you need to do is be in regular contact with every single person you know, period. But I know that your time is scarce, which is obviously why we built Teamzy. It's going to help you do it easy. Okay, I'll show you that in a second. But let me just do this last principle before I jump over there. Make sure you get this one down. This is the most important principle today. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Okay, just really quick. I want to look at your faces for a second. How many of you have ever received like a great card from somebody that you love, where you got like for your birthday or an anniversary or something, and they wrote a message in it by hand. And then when you read that message, it hit you emotionally. You were like, oh my gosh, that was so great. How many of you have ever received something like that? If you've never received one of those, put your address in the chat and I'll write you a card. We'll send it to you, right? So that you can experience that. Now, quick question. When you got that amazing card, did you actually, how many of you, after you got that card and read it, were like, oh, that was nice, and then crumbled it up and threw it in the trash can? How many, anybody? How many of you guys have those cards? You save them and it's really hard to get rid of them. You got like a stack of them somewhere, right? And then you go to move house and you're like, what do I do with all these cards? But you still can't throw them away. It's kind of amazing how we hold on to them. In fact, when we pass away, often what's most treasured by our family are those cards that we leave behind. Let me see people who've got a card or a letter from a loved one who's passed on that you still treasure. It has an impact that it lingers on and on and on. Okay, so another quick example. Have you ever received one of these? This is a happy birthday postcard. You ever get one of these? This one's from my insurance salesperson. I've received them from the dentist and things like that on my birthday. It's just a little postcard, right? And it says, wishing you all the best on the back. Now, if you've received one of these, have you saved this in the special place? Is this the thing that my kids are going to use to bookmark their Bible after I'm gone forever? Like, no, right? This goes right in the trash. How many of you throw these right in the trash? My house, some of you guys can relate to this. My house, we don't really use the front door. That's where guests come in. We drive in through the garage, right? And we drive in through the garage. In the garage, I've got a recycling bin where I get out of my car, where half of the mail goes. This wouldn't even make it into my house if I weren't going to make fun of it on the call. Why does this have no value? And the other handwritten card is tremendously valuable. We save it forever. Think about this for a second, you guys. This violates the two pieces of that principle. First off, it's not a personal connection. This is a bulk mailing. It doesn't even have my name on it. This is a bulk mailing, not personal. And this did not require any time. This required no time investment, so we don't value it. Time's the most valuable thing we have. The handwritten card was an investment of undivided attention. Somebody took that time to think about you and write that message. It's unbelievably valuable. It could be somebody that you spend every single day with in your family, but the fact that they sat down to write you that message means something to you. Does this make sense? This is how you deepen relationships. You spend time and you connect with people. Do you have to write them a letter every single day or a card? No, of course not. However, you should do that as much as you can. Leaders, you should be sending cards to your team. They'll keep them forever. They'll keep them forever. But my point is just reaching out and connecting with somebody via Facebook Messenger, direct message on Instagram, text message, just sending them a personal message. It makes an impact. People don't do that. Does this make sense? And people are dying to be connected. They're dying to be connected. And social media has become this thing where we basically look in each other's windows but never talk to each other. And so what I want you guys to do is start thinking of it as actually connecting with people, using it as a tool to actually connect with people. So I'm going to dive into Teamzy real quick and show you how to do this. It's super easy. Man, how many of these keynotes do I have open? What is this one called? Okay. Here we go. I have too many keynotes open. Got to get back to my presentation. Here we are. So that's the principle there. Make sure you get that one down. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. So here's the thing. I've shared with you some principles on relationship marketing. I'm seeing your heads nod and bob, which is great. You guys are on the same track with me. You're like, Eric, we're tracking with you. We believe in this. This is awesome. But here's the part that you need to understand. You got to have a system to follow. Okay? Most of us just aren't that good at this, that we can just be successful doing this willy-nilly. You got to have a system. You need to have a way to stay in contact with everybody, okay? So that you actually are in contact with everybody. You need to know when to contact them and when not to. In other words, I don't want you to have to think about this. Oh my gosh, who do I connect with today? You need a system that just puts it in front of you, okay? Know what to say. Know what to say so you can start a conversation and connect rather than staring at your screen all day, looking at their social media profiles, reading them, trying to think, oh my gosh, what am I going to say to this person to connect with them? You get stuck in analysis paralysis and don't connect with anybody. I want you to have a system. Okay, here's what I can say to get started. Make sure that nobody ever falls through the cracks. Okay, make sure that people don't fall through the cracks. 80% of the good leads in our business are wasted. I'll explain that as we go when I teach you guys how to follow up in a second. Okay, so that's why we built Teamzy to do all this for you. All right, let's get over here. Let me share Teamzy. That's the problem when you do something at 3 a.m. You don't close the 700 windows that are open from yesterday. Okay, hold on a second. Where is Chrome? There we go. All right, so here's Teamzy. For those of you who haven't seen it, this is what it looks like on the computer. You can also use it on your phone, okay? Which is great. You can do it both ways. Here's the Teamzy dashboard. Now we're gonna set this thing up. When you first log into Teamzy, actually, let me change the screen for you. When you first log into Teamzy, it's going to take you into a setup wizard, which helps you set Teamzy up. Okay. This is designed for people like me who aren't really good with technology. You know, I came from a corporate background where we used a really complicated and expensive CRM. CRM is a customer relationship management system. Some of you have used those at work. That's what Teamzy is too, in essence, but we've made it easy. That CRM was so complicated. It was built by Microsoft. It was so complicated that I couldn't use it. What I used to do in my business, when I had a sale or a lead or something to record, is I would write it on a sticky note and I would hand it to my assistant and say, can you please update the CRM? Right? Teamzy is actually the assistant. So it's like the sticky note for you. It's so easy. This setup wizard takes you through the process. Okay, there's a little video for me introducing it. And then what we'll do, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set your income goal. What income level would you like to be at 12 months from now? Just set your income goal, okay? Leaders like you, Adam, what's the difference, the growth you want to see? It's a little different for you because you're not starting from scratch. So how much do you want to increase your income this year? Just put that in as your income goal. Okay, so whatever your income goal is, there's a little slider here, and as you slide it, you'll see that the amount of activity we need to do each day changes. Pretty simple, right? So let's say the goal is, which it was in my case, $150,000 a year. Okay. At $150,000 a year goal, what I need to do for the next 12 months consistently to hit that goal is I need to connect with 9 prospects each day, 6 customers, and 4 distributors on my team. Just connect. Okay. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Just connect, not cold message and try to recruit. Just connect to build a relationship, to further the relationship. Okay. Which will create all the opportunities for sales and recruits. Make sense? Okay. By the way, just want you to know, this is based on a 5-day work week for those of you who would like to have some life with your business. So when I say every day, it's 5 days a week. Okay, 5 days a week. Okay, I'm going to continue. The next step we're going to do is to get your contacts into Teamzy. You're going to have all your contacts in one place, organized. It lives in the cloud, which means you can get it in your phone, your computer, wherever you have internet access or a phone signal, you've got access to Teamzy and your list. No more pads of paper you can't find, sticky notes all over the wall, whatever, rifling through drawers trying to find that name and phone number you wrote down somewhere. You don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to update spreadsheets anymore. It's all there, okay? So you can get from, if you've already got a business going, you're gonna get your team in from back office first, then your customer list. You can get your Facebook friends list all at once in a Teamzy. It's so cool. That was, to me, that was a game changer to be able to go through my Facebook contacts, have them organized. Oh, it was awesome. So you're going to get them all in one place so you can be super mega organized. Okay. And these are little tutorials that teach you how to do it super easy. Okay. So again, if you're not techie, don't be intimidated by this part. We're going to get your contacts in. There's little step-by-step tutorials on each way to do it. Okay. There's even, just to show you guys really quick, we've also got over here on the left side of Teamzy, a full help center full of videos and FAQs. But I want you to know that we have a team, a dedicated support team that is amazing. So if you have a question, you click this little help button at any time and just ask the question. The team will answer it, okay? And for those of you who are very intimidated by technology, if there's any of you on the call, you can set up a one-on-one Zoom with my team. They'll walk you through setup. They can actually even do it for you if you give them control of your keyboard remotely. They'll actually set it up for you, okay? So I just want you guys to know wherever you're at, whether you're, brand new, we've got people in Teamzy that are in their 80s doing this. It's super easy. Okay. So now that we've got it set up, we're ready to do our power. Actually, there's one more thing I want to show you real quick. So on the Teamzy dashboard, I'm going to jump over to the team page, this second little notch there on the navigation. That's where your full CRM is in Teamzy. This is the full list of contacts. See, everybody's there. Okay. I want to show you real quick how every single name has a number on the side of it. And if you click on one, you can see that that's actually how many stars you've ranked them, okay? We use a really simple ranking system in Teamzy. It's a 5-star ranking system. You guys have used that a million times in your life, right? You understand how that works. 5 stars is awesome. 1 star is not awesome. And what I want you to do is you're gonna rank your people, just a quick rank from the gut. You don't have to overthink this. But it's really important that you rank your people. Now, do you need to rank everybody on your list? No, not really. You just need to pick out to start your best people, right? And I know that you guys are already trained to do this, to make the list of your best people. So in Teamzy, what I want you to do is star those people up higher, 4- and 5-star people. This is really important because in relationship marketing, guys, you need to talk to the best people first and more often. You need to talk to your best people first and more often, okay? So let me show you how this works really quick. Let me explain these ranks. So first off, I'm gonna go to rank mode. That lets me see my whole list so I can jam down it, okay? And here's what the ranks mean. A 5-star person is somebody most likely to become a customer or a distributor, in your opinion, okay? These are also your best friends, your closest family members, right? Your favorite people are 5-star. They're going to come up on your list on Teamzy every 30 days automatically. You don't have to think about it or set a follow-up or anything. They're just going to show up on your list every 30 days. You're going to get a reminder. Hey, go connect with that person. Make their day. Okay. 4-star person. That's somebody that is likely to become a customer or distributor with a little bit of nurturing. These are your friends and family, maybe not your closest circle, but they're the people that you like, that trust you, that like you. They're 4 stars. They show up on your list automatically every 60 days. Every 60 days, okay? 3 stars, a 3-star person could go either way. Honestly, you don't really know. right? Until you start connecting, you have no idea. They show up every 90 days. In fact, most of the people in your list will be 3 stars. And everyone's automatically a 3-star when you put them in Teamzy. So you don't have to rank the majority of your list. They're already 3 stars. 2 stars is getting colder. It's every 120 days. Does this make sense? More stars, the more often you're going to talk to them automatically in Teamzy. Now, what's cool about this, and so you can just go down your list quickly and just click on somebody to change their star rank. It's super easy, okay? So you'll go down your list quick, scan it. You'll look for your favorite people. Oh, there's Kurt, make him a 5-star. Okay, so you want your best people. And then once you've done that, you're ready to do Teamzy. All right. Sorry for the green line. Whoever wrote the green line, if you could erase it, it'd be prettier. All right, so now we're ready to do our power hour. Does that make sense though? The ranking is important. Here's real quick on this. If you skip the ranking step, a lot of people are like, I'm just gonna skip the ranking step because I'm overwhelmed by that. Let's say you have 3,000 people you know between Facebook and your phone and whatever, right? And in that 3,000 people, there's 20 or 30 people who already know and trust you, but they may not show up on your list for 3 months. So you might have an opportunity to have somebody who could be a customer or distributor right now, but it'll take you 3-4 months before you even connect with them if you don't rank them up to start with. Does this make sense? So at my home here, I live in Southern California. I've got a little, my home used to be an orchard. And so pieces of that orchard are still intact. We now have a grove. It's about 12 trees at the top of our property. Some of those trees are full of fruit right now. Okay. Some of those trees don't have any fruit on them. It's just like your relationships. So if I wanted to go up to my grove and pick some fruit, would I go spend all day with the trees who have no fruit, or would I just walk to the tree with fruit first? Does it make sense? This is the same thing with your relationships. You're going to go to the trees that already are close to bearing fruit now and talk to them first. Yeah, on the way, I'm going to put some water and some fertilizer on the other trees because they're going to bear fruit for me too. But right now I need to go first to the ones with fruit. Think of your relationships the same way. Okay, now we're ready to do our power hour. Okay, let's do it. By the way, get up at 3 a.m. and try to say power hour. It's like one word. All right, so now I'm looking at my dashboard on Teamzy. Here's what we got real quick. Today's activities, these are the goals that we set up with our income goal. Okay, every day they're going to be there for you to complete. My goal is to connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 distributors. By the way, if you're brand new and you don't have distributors or customers, you take those numbers and you add them all onto prospects. Okay, if I was new and I didn't have any customers or distributors, I would just do 19 prospects a day for my income goal until I had built a team. Make sense? Okay, and then I've got 2 other goals I didn't talk to you about. I'll just mention them real quick. Invites. My goal is 3 a day. Invites. What the heck is an invite? Well, over here, I'm just connecting. It's called the make someone's day mindset. That's where I want you to live. Get in the make someone's day mindset. You're just connecting with people to make their day. You're not trying to recruit them or sell them. You're just going to start a conversation, see where it goes. Okay, you're starting conversations, connecting with people. And as we have conversations and develop some interest, I'm going to invite specifically people to learn about my business or check out my products based on their interest level as I'm talking to them. Those are my invites. My goal is out of the 19 people I connect with today, 3 of them will get invited to go deeper into the business. This allows me to continue to build relationships with people who aren't ready for that invite, so I don't alienate them now. And I still have a full pipeline at the end of the week, right? If you're doing this actively, I've got 15 people on my follow-ups list by the end of the week. That's huge, right? Huge. But it also means that there's another 85 people I've connected with and warmed up a bit that I'll continue to work on over time. Make sense? Now, the next goal here are ads. This is just new people I'm putting in Teamzy. Oh my gosh, I forgot about Adam. Let me add him to my Teamzy. Or I met somebody today. I'm going to put him in Teamzy, right? I remember one time I was shopping in an Under Armour store. You know the brand Under Armour, sporting goods? I was shopping in a store and started talking to the salesperson. He was interested in the business. I was able to whip out my phone, add him to Teamzy right there, follow up with him the next day. Okay, so you're adding people to Teamzy. You want to make sure that that's part of your goal too, is putting fresh people into your list. Even if you already know a ton of people, there's an energy to adding new people. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and do the power hour. Right here in the center, you see this big module. I call it the power hour module. Simple. This is designed to make your life efficient and effective. Everything we've talked about so far, it's just set up. Okay. Now that that's done, you never have to do it again or think or plan or anything. Whenever you want to work in your business, you just log into Teamzy and you can get started immediately. Whether you're on your phone, you got 5 minutes, or whether you're at home and you've got a power hour. So what this does is it gives me my 4 lists: prospects, customers, distributors, and follow-ups. It serves them to me in a simple to use format. It gives me the 5 people I need to connect with next. And that's it. It doesn't let me see the whole list so that I won't get overwhelmed and so I can stay focused. Okay. Adam said, I don't want you guys getting distracted by stuff you don't need to do. This keeps you focused. All you need to do right now, according to my list, is connect with Adam. That's it. That's the next thing to do. There's no thinking or wondering. Okay. The right-hand side is where I log it as I go so that I don't have to come back and do homework. I don't have to write it on a sticky note and hand it to an assistant. I just do it as I go. Okay. So open up Teamzy, boom, let's go to work. First person on my list is Adam. Great. I'm going to connect with Adam. Now, remember I said I want you to just know what to say. I don't want you to sit here staring at the screen going, oh my gosh, what do I say? I haven't seen him since high school. How do I connect with this guy? So I want you to know I've put scripts in here for you. If you click right here where it says scripts, we've added the complete library of icebreakers and scripts to help you connect with people in here. These aren't sales scripts. They're just connecting scripts, okay? So I'm gonna connect with him on Facebook Messenger. Let me just go ahead and click on here. And I'll just pick the first script on the list, connect number 1. Here's the script. It says, hi, Jane. Just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome. So simple, okay? So I'm gonna copy that script. Now just watch how easy this is, you guys. I'm gonna paste it in here. Obviously his name's not Jane, unless there's something I don't know, right? So I've got the name. Anything that you want to edit on the text is fine. I wouldn't edit it because that's the way I actually talk. Maybe an emoticon, right? I don't know. I like an emoticon so people know this is friendly, fun, right? Just stopping by to say hello, hope your day's awesome. Look, now that I have it just the way I want it, I'm going to actually send him this message. I'll copy it and actually send it in Facebook. Okay. Or however you're going to send it. Text message, whatever. Snapchat. Here he is. Look, there he is. Send him the message. Okay. Boom. Message is sent. If he wasn't muted, you'd probably hear it ping. That message is now sent. Now look, I'm going to log this in Teamzy. See the big blue button that says log connect? That's how you do it. You click that. Done. I've got 1 done, 8 left. Adam's gone. He's disappeared off my list. My list is cycled up. The next person on my list is Jay. I'm going to connect with her. I'll just use that same script. It's already on my clipboard. Okay. Change the name. I've already got the emoticons the way I like them. Hi, Jay. How are you? Right, et cetera, et cetera. Now I'm going to send her that message on Facebook too. I like Facebook Messenger. I feel like it has the best response rate, but however you want to connect with people, you can log it in Teamzy, okay? So look, I'm just going to send that message. Now, some people are like, how come you don't go to their page and everything? Honestly, I don't go to their page to send the messages because I want to just be super efficient and fast and get these messages out so that I can get to the having conversations part. Does that make sense? So a couple of pro tips as I'm going through this. Now look, I've already got, oh wait, let me log this one. Facebook message, log connect. So I've got 2 done, 7 left. I'm just gonna go down my list. You might as well just even use that same script if you wanna be super quick. There's other choices if you wanna mix them up a little bit. But I'm just gonna go down my list right now and send this first connect message out to the 9, in my case, the goal is 9, to the 9 people on that list. Send them out. Some people will respond right away. I don't want you to answer right now and have the conversation. Stay focused on getting all your messages out so you don't get distracted, okay? It won't take you very long to get all your messages sent. Then you can start having those conversations. The other thing I want you guys to realize is this, and this is a hard one for so many people I talk to. Some people won't respond at all. Probably about half won't respond at all. Don't worry about them. Don't even think about them. You don't need to set a follow-up to circle back or anything. They're in Teamzy. They're going to come back automatically. Don't worry about the people who don't respond. I'm telling you guys right now, those of you who go in and get your free trial started this week in Teamzy, and you do this 5 days in a row, you connect with people, by Friday, you're going to be reaching out to me going, what do I do? I'm so overwhelmed with conversations with people right now. And then I'll tease you and say, well, what about the people who didn't respond? Are you chasing them down? No, you're busy now talking to the people who did. Okay. And part of this, when we get to the Q&A, somebody asked me that question. I'll teach you how to manage your day because it will get crazy. When you start connecting with people, you will have a lot of conversations going. I want you to be there. Okay. I want you to be overwhelmed with activity in your business. People are overwhelmed with worry. I want you to be overwhelmed with opportunity. That's why we built Teamzy. All right. So we're going to jam down this list until we've got all those messages done to our prospects. And when this circle turns all the way blue and I've hit my goal for the day, I go to the next list, which is customers. And I start messaging my customers. First person on my list is Amanda. Okay. So I'm going to message her. Again, I can go to my scripts to get a quick script. Okay. So I might do something like, something simple like this. Hi, John, how are you enjoying the products, whatever she's using? Send me an update. Let me know I could be of help. Okay. Just a little funny side story. So my business partner, Mike Lopez, and his family were over the house yesterday. We were just hanging out and enjoying the pool and just hanging out together. And they've been on Juice Plus now for 6 weeks, right? So since we went to the conference in Sacramento, we got Mike excited about Juice Plus. And so the joke was, how are you enjoying Juice Plus? All right. So you guys all use Juice Plus, right? Yeah. So the conversation always gets to go into the bathroom right away because that's the first thing people notice. But you know what? You can have fun with this. How are you enjoying your products? Are you noticing anything different? Have fun with people. Just send a quick little message to them. Here's another quick message I like to send, which is, hi, Jane, just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Okay, I'm going to use that one. So look, change the name, right? Do you guys see how easy this is? Send a message to your customers. Now look, every time you message your customer, it doesn't need to be, oh, you're about to ship. Do you want to add something to your order or something boring? Just connect to make their day. That's it. Just stay connected to them. Okay, Teamzy makes this really easy. Just stay connected to them. Just stay in touch. Okay, and I'll do the same thing. I'll toggle over, I'll send her the message, and I'll log it in Teamzy. Okay, connecting with your customers, just really quick on this. Connecting with customers is as important as prospecting. Okay, some of you need to write that down. Connecting with customers is as important as prospecting. And every time I talk to people, especially people who've been in the business for a while, they always tell me, I wish I was better at staying in touch with my customers. Your wish is my command. Here's Teamzy on a silver platter. Stay in touch with your customers. It's so important, you guys. I just want you to understand something. Besides it being the right thing to do, providing good service for your customers, when you are in contact with your customers on a regular basis, just in contact, I'm not talking about hard selling them, just being there, just being present, just messaging them regularly, just being there. People will order more product and they will retain longer. They will order more product and they will retain longer. This is the statistical fact. When any business is in regular contact with customers, they order more product and they retain longer. How many of you would like to see that happen? Customers you have now add to their orders and they stay longer. Yeah, you just need to stay in touch. Okay. Adam, do me a favor. I want you to track next month's volume over this month's volume after this call. We'll see how many people use Teamzy. We'll see if volume goes up. Team volume often after a call like this will go up 20% in 1 month. Why? Because everyone's in touch with customers suddenly. Okay, just reaching out. Think about it. Think about going to an amazing restaurant for a special meal with a loved one. And if the server is present, you'll order more stuff, right? If they take your order and never come back, are you going to get extra things? Are you going to enjoy your meal as much? No. It's just about being present. Okay, so staying in touch with your customers, they order more and retain longer. How many of you have, just real quick, because I'm looking at your faces now, raise your hand if you have at least one customer that you love and you would like more customers like that person. Let me see your hands. Good. Okay. Now, how many of you, okay, you already raised your hand. You want those customers. Where do you go to get them? Do you guys know where to find people like that? Is there a special Instagram training we can go sign up for that's going to teach us how to find those people? I'm teasing. The best place to find a customer, a great customer, is from your current customer. Okay? The best place to find a great customer is from your current customer. There's no better place. This is why we focus on relationships. People will duplicate themselves. Think about it. What do people do when they love something? They tell everybody about it, right? They tell everybody about it. This means that the customer you had in mind, I'm looking at you, Brittany, because you raised your hand. You're right in the middle of my screen. The person you had in mind is talking about Juice Plus to their friends. If they're a human being and they like it, they're talking about it. So think about this, you guys. The person you had in mind is already talking to their friends about Juice Plus. 86% of people say they make a purchasing decision based on the recommendation of a friend. Would you say that's true? You all know it's true. You're like, yeah, that's true for me too. So your customers are talking to their friends who are very likely now to make that purchase based on that recommendation. The question I have for you is, are you getting introduced to the people that they're talking to? And if you're not in touch with them, there's no way you're getting introduced to them. Step one is staying in touch with your customers. Okay. When you're in regular contact, then you can train them. You can say, hey, Brittany, I know you've been getting great results with Juice Plus. I'm sure you've been talking to some friends about it. Is there anybody you care about that I need to get some more information to? Could you introduce me to the people you're talking to, and I'll get them the information they need. Maybe we can help them out the same way we helped you out. Okay. Stay in touch with your customers. They'll get you more customers. By the way, when Brittany gives me 3 names and introduces me to 3 friends, guess what else I just got? A new distributor. Do you think I'm going to take her 3 friends as my customers? No, I'm going to say, Brittany, why don't you be a Juice Plus? Have you thought about this? You've already got 3 people interested, right? I can get you started. Like, see how easy that was? I'll teach you how to do this. We've got this thing called Teamzy. Makes it easy. We'll plug you in. Make sense? Okay. It starts with being in touch with your customers. Guys, here's the thing. Now you have a way to do it. Put your customers in there, get in regular contact with them. By the way, one more thing. If they were a customer in the past and they've canceled, they're still a customer. Treat them as if they're current. Okay? Treat them as if they're current. In their mind, they didn't stop being a customer. They just stopped taking their Juice Plus for a month and they've got extra. Okay? They will come back. You serve them, they will come back. They will still bring people to you. Okay, ma'am, next one. I just saw a boom in the chat. That's how I feel about this. Boom. All right. Where did Teamzy go? Let me find it here. Next time I'll get up in more than 10 minutes in advance so I can close some of these windows. There we go. Next list is distributors. By the way, that's why we called it Teamzy. You're going to stay in touch with your team, build relationships with your team. Okay. As the team grows, Adam, you can testify to this. It's hard to stay in touch with everybody, isn't it? As the team gets big. One of the biggest challenges for leaders is, wow, I want to have that personal connection with people, but I don't know how to do it. You know, and so Teamzy is going to help you do it. Look, even as your team gets big, you can get all your directly, personally sponsored people in Teamzy, your leaders in Teamzy. You stay in touch with those folks at least one-on-one. They need to hear from you personally. Just a quick message. It'll make their day. It'll make their day. What happens is we rely on the Facebook group or we rely on the Zoom calls and things like that. But people, when you connect with people one-on-one, it blows them away. And the number one thing that motivates people to work hard and persist in this business is relationship. Okay, people work hard for relationship. They're not working hard for money. People really aren't money motivated. They've done a million different studies on social science. It's not, yeah, we need a certain amount to live, but the relationships, the connection, the community. I mean, look around. You guys have it with this team. It's so important. So you're going to connect with your team the same way. Sarah comes up. I'm going to send her a quick message. Hey, I'm really proud of you. I saw you signed your first customer. Good for you. Just a quick message, just a little something. Okay. And again, there's some scripts in here to help you so you don't have to overthink. But that's what the first half of our power hour looks like. Prospects, customers, distributors. Whoever's up next, don't overthink it. Whoever's up next, send them the message. I haven't talked to them since grade school. I don't care. Just send them the message. Okay. Just send them the message. It'll take 1 second of your life. Just send it. You might have a great conversation. So then I get to my follow-ups list. This is the second half of my power hour, is doing my follow-ups. See, before I was just connecting. Now I'm going to do my follow-ups. I get there and it's empty. Oh my gosh, it's empty, Eric. There's no one there. The way Teamzy works is you have to put people on your follow-ups. So you're having conversations by just connecting. And then when you find some interest, you invite and you put them on your follow-ups list. The follow-ups list is your pipeline of hot leads. These are people who are interested in Juice Plus. Okay. So you're talking to everybody and then you're taking the interested people and you're putting them on your follow-ups list. Now we're going to follow up like a pro with the people who are interested. This is where you really have to kick in your service. So let me give you an example. Got to get a little coffee. So look, I messaged Adam. Hey, dude, what's going on? Hope you're having a great day. That's it. It's a make your day message. He's like, hey, man, that was nice. Thanks. Nice. Thanks for reaching out. Nice to hear from you. That's it, right? Now it's my opportunity to have a conversation. You got anything big planned? What are you guys up to? Are you doing anything exciting with the family? Whatever. I'm just going to try to have a conversation with him, and we're going to chit chat back and forth a little bit. Okay. So we're having a conversation, getting caught up. Send me an update. What have you been up to? Man, it's been 20 years. What have you been up to? So he's updating me on his life. People like to talk about themselves, don't they? So he's giving me an update on his life. I'm asking questions. I'm being interested in the conversation. Just to give you guys a little tip, I'm still not focused on recruiting him. I'm thinking about how can I help this guy? I'm listening for something, some wants and needs. I remember there's this one guy that I used to work with. I was a consultant for his business. He confessed to me that he doesn't sleep. He doesn't sleep. He sleeps two hours a night, had been for 30 years. So I heard that. What's the first thing I did? I ordered him a book on how to overcome insomnia. Right? Wrote a note in it, said, hey man, I don't know if this will help, but I thought of you today. Saw this book, thought of you today, sent it to him. He was like, oh my gosh, that was the most thoughtful thing ever. I'm looking for ways to help people. It doesn't have to do with Juice Plus. How can I help him? I'm talking to him. He's like, man, we had a crazy storm this weekend, knocked a few tiles off the roof. Now I got a leak in my dining room. Hey man, I know a great roofer. Let me call him for you. How can I help him? Think about that. Okay. Who do you know? What do you know? How can you help this person? That's the first goal. Remember, this business is about helping people. It doesn't have to be with Juice Plus. And any way you can help somebody build trust, that's awesome. By the way, it feels great too. That's the second thing that motivates us, by the way. First one was relationship. The second thing that motivates people and makes them feel fulfilled and happy is serving and helping others. The more you can put that in your business, you guys, the more you're going to love doing it. The more you're going to love doing it. So as I'm helping him, he's like, oh, wow, thanks, man. That was great. So now we're talking, and it's like he's updated me on his life. I found some small way to help him. I'm going to now share with him what I'm doing. Isn't that a natural part of the conversation? I'm just going to say, hey, man, this is what I'm up to. He might even ask me, what about you? What have you been up to? Great. And I'm going to tell him. I'm not just going to go, hey, I'm a Juice Plus rep. Yes. I'm going to tell him what I do and why I'm passionate about it, right? I'm going to tell him what I do and why I'm passionate about it. Write that down, you guys. That's what you share. When you share what you do and why you're passionate about it. It's not the opportunity for them or what's in it for them. It's what you do and why you're passionate about it. Hey, man, I don't know if I told you this, Adam, but 4 years ago, I left my job. I left my job because I was constantly working. I never saw my kids or my family. I was worried about my marriage because I saw my wife for 40 minutes a day, basically. And I left my job, started my own business. I work from home now. I'm with my kids and my wife 24/7. It's been amazing. I work kind of when I want to. I can even get up and have a meeting at 3 a.m. What the heck? Right? What are you doing? I help people get healthy. For me, I got really unhealthy. I got overweight. I was in my early 30s and felt like an old man. This is a true story, by the way, for me. I lost 62 pounds, totally turned my life around. Now I found a passion for helping other people do it, help people get healthy, get fit, lose weight, get their vitality back, get off medications. This is what I do. Wow, Eric, that's awesome. I guarantee you guys, when you share what you do and why you're passionate about it, people will always support you. They will always say, that is so cool. Good on you. Okay? Even if they're not interested, they'll believe good on you. Okay? Great. So now when he's like, oh man, cool. Good for you. Great. Now I'm going to ask him, hey, by the way, do you have any interest in learning more about what I do? Would you like any more information about what I do? Just ask him, would you like some more information about what I do? Would you like to learn more? If he says yes, yeah, I'm interested in learning more. Great. Ask a few more questions, and then we're going to invite him to something. Okay? Simple. If he says, nah, no thanks, Derek. I'm happy for you, but I'm not interested in that. Great. No problem. Look, my goal isn't to get an invite on the first conversation, but I am going to plant a seed. He says, no, thanks. I'm not interested in that. Okay, no worries. Hey, man, it was great reconnecting with you. Yeah, it was. Could you do me a favor, though, if you do come across somebody who needs help with their health, with their vitality, with their nutrition, could you connect us? Could you connect us just so I'm on a mission to help as many people as I can. So if you come across anybody like that, would you introduce him to me? He was, sure. Yeah, I'll do that. Even if he's lying, he'll say yes. Okay. and you've planted a seed in his head. Wow, Eric is the guy who helps people with this problem passionately. Are you guys with me? This is where you want to get with. I know a few of you are like, yes, I'm getting it. Hey, everybody gets it at different speeds. That's why we're recording the call. All right. So now what happens is he says, yeah, I'd like some more information. Great. Now I'm going to invite him to something. So it's like, well, what are you most interested in? Is it the products? Is it the business opportunity? Just ask a few questions. He's like, well, basically what really got my attention was the fact that you don't have to go to work every day and you have income and you get to enjoy your life. Okay, cool. Well, why don't we set you up where you can learn more about what I'm doing in the business opportunity? Great. Perfect. So now I'm going to invite him to something, right? So what I'm going to do first is I need to get to his record in Teamzy. There's a little lookup bar at the top that jumps me right to his profile because it's not on my dashboard anymore. I already connected with him. So here's his full contact profile in Teamzy, right? So I'm going to open up that connect box. So now I can log an invite. See right here in the bottom left where it says invite. If I click that, I can move it off the default, which is just connecting, and I can actually do an invite. So let's say we're going to go grab a beer and talk about the business. Great. I'll click on one-on-one. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little note about what we talked about. Let's see, it's the business op. Okay, great. We're going to do it in person. Cool. So I'm going to go meet with him. We're going to talk about the business. We're going to catch up in person. Perfect. Okay. So now what I want to do is set a follow-up. So let's say I'm going to meet with him tomorrow. I'm going to follow up in 2 days. So let me set the follow-up. Okay. So that sets in Teamzy. See, now it's set for 2 days. And I can put a little note. This was a follow-up on the business op. All right. So when I log this connect, this logs the invite in Teamzy, and it sets the follow-up for 2 days from now. So now check this out. When I go to my dashboard, a couple things, you'll see I've got an invite logged. That's how you log an invite. And if I go to my follow-ups list, there he is. He's set on my follow-ups list. So as I invite people and they're interested, I put them on my follow-ups list. Okay. So each day you might be adding 1 or 2 people, maybe 3 if you're really cranking, to your follow-ups list. So when you do your power hour now, tomorrow, you're going to go prospects, customers, distributors. And when you get to your follow-ups list, all the follow-ups that are due today, you're going to send them a follow-up message. This is the system. Simple, right? Okay, so let me show you how to do it. Let's say he's due. I get to add him. It's time to do a follow-up with him. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'll go to scripts. Okay. Yes, I put all my follow-up scripts in here for you to use. You guys don't have to even know what to say. You can just go use these. Okay. Follow-up number 1. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Little tip about following up. Tell people you will follow up. Tell them exactly when you will follow up and do it then. Okay? Tell them I will follow up with you on this day at this time and do it. Because what happens is you're now completing a promise. You're showing them that you're trustworthy. Make sense? And so I love the way the script is worded. Checking in like I promised I would. I'm just reaffirming that in his mind that I'm serious and I care. And this is what a pro looks like. So look, there's the script. Look, the same way, I got it ready to go. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to toggle over to Facebook. I'm going to send him the message. There he is. Okay. Followed up. Now, just for those of you guys who are techies, one thing I could do is I could get this link right here and save it in Teamzy for next time. Okay. So that next time I could just go right here to details. And when I click on, it would be here and there would be a link right here and I just click it and it would just jump to his page, which is pretty cool. All right. So let me log this and then I'm going to do a follow-up. Let's say I'll follow up again in 2 days. Okay. So now I've set a follow-up with him. By the way, I'm going to put a note in here that next time I want follow-up number 2. So I don't have to think. Next time I want follow-up number 2. So look, I'm logging that. It's logged. He's back on my follow-ups list. When I get there, it's going to remind me, hey, the next one you want to send him is follow-up number 2. So I'm going to do my follow-ups. So my power hour, messages out, follow-ups out, done. Okay? You do that 5 days a week. You're creating a ton of momentum. Now, of course, you need to set aside a little bit of time in your day where you're going to have the back and forth conversations. I highly recommend you set aside time. Otherwise, you're going to be doing it all day long. It will consume you. So set aside a few times. Now, when I had a full-time job, I did half of my lunch hour to have conversations. So before I went to work, I sent out my messages. When I was at work during half of my lunch hour, I responded to messages. People knew I had a job. They knew I couldn't respond all day. And then in the evening, right after supper, I had some time set aside where I'd respond to messages, and I squeezed them all in then, and it works great. So you can block your time and stay organized that way. Or, and some of you will do this anyways, is you'll be on your phone all day long, but at least you got stuff going on. Okay, so real quick on this. You've seen how easy this is. The system is super easy to use. I just want to talk to you real quick about following up while I have you here captive. Are you guys getting some value from this? You're still here. Some of you are like, I can't believe I'm still here. Listen to this guy. Let me explain to you real quick about following up. You've heard, how many times have you heard leadership on this team say, the fortune's in the follow-up? Guys, it's in the follow-up. You've heard it, right? Let me just explain to you how much really quick. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. 80%. Some of you guys just died a little when I told you that. 80%. But look, how many of you, just by a show of hands, how many of you are in this business because you truly believe Juice Plus will change people's lives for the better? My people, you're my people. Everybody's raising their hand. Even the people who really don't believe it, they're raising their hands just to be part of the group. And I love that about you too. It's all good. How many of you just honestly, when I say follow up 10 times, you're like, ugh, I don't want to do that. Kind of everybody, right? Is it because you're worried about being a pest? How many of you are worried you're going to be super annoying if you follow up that much? It's okay. You can admit to it. Okay, good. That means you're normal. That means you're normal. That also means your heart's in the right place. But I want you to think about, I want you to change your thinking on following up real quick. You all raise your hands that you want to help people and change their lives. I'm here to tell you that they're not going to make that first purchase if you don't follow up more. So I want you to think of it this way. 80% of the people you could help, you will not help unless you follow up more. Okay? Write it down that way if you want. 80% of the people I could help, I will not help unless I follow up more. I'm going to teach you my mantra. See, following up isn't something that's annoying. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Okay, I want you guys to write that down, put it somewhere where you can see it all the time. Remind yourself, following up is an act of love. Honestly, not following up with people is telling them that you don't care about them. It's telling them that the people who are skeptical about network marketing, I'm not sure, he might just want the money. And you follow up 3 times and give up on them, you were right, you proved it. Following up is an act of love. Now, real quick while I have you here, do you want me to teach you how to follow up so that people are never annoyed and they thank you and they think you're amazing for following up? It's really easy. I'm going to teach it to you. If you use the scripts in Teamzy, by the way, they already use these principles, but there's 2 principles. And I learned this in my career of coaching over the years. See, people used to pay me. I get more now, which is great. But for a long time, I got basically $500 every time I talk to somebody. Twice a month, 30 minutes. People pay me this and then they don't show up for the appointment. Can you believe it? All the time. They don't show up because they're embarrassed. They haven't done their action steps. They're behind or whatever. Just like sometimes you guys might skip team calls because you're like, I haven't done anything and I'm embarrassed. So I learned how to be persistent and follow up with them so that they appreciated it. And here are the principles that I learned. Are you ready? Number 1, when you follow up, don't ask them to do anything. Don't ask them to do anything. Don't say, call me. Don't even ask them to respond to your message. Nothing. You're trying to get them to an event. Don't ask them to RSVP. Don't ask them to do anything. Okay? Because when they get their message, they're likely very busy and they don't have time to do anything. And if you ask them to do something, now it's kind of like, it's a pain. Make sense? You just want to be there. You don't need to ask them to do anything. The second principle for following up and not being annoying is this. Your follow-up has to be able to be read. They have to be able to read it with their eyes. It cannot be a voice message. It can't be a video, right? For the love of everything that's good and holy, don't call somebody on their phone and leave them a message. Nobody likes it when their phone rings unexpected, right? It needs to be read. Text message, Facebook Messenger, any sort of direct messaging platform that you use is cool. It needs to be able to be read, and it has to be short. It has to be short enough they can read the entire message without opening it. Okay, so don't ask them to do anything. Short and texted. Why? Why is this so important? Look, think about it. When your follow-up message goes to them, just like when you get a message, it's always at the wrong moment, isn't it? You're in the middle of driving. You're in the middle of making something. The dog's throwing up on the baby at this moment, whatever. You cannot go have a conversation right now. However, all of us, like, we have a desperate need to see the message, don't we? We want to know what it says. No matter how inconvenient, we want to be able to see it. And that's what I want, is I want your message to get through. So if you follow those tactics, what'll happen is they'll see it. And for a split second, they're going to go, ah, they're going to feel the emotion. By the way, the emotion that they're going to feel is hope. When you present this business to people, when you talk to them about what Juice Plus will do for them, what you're really selling is hope with a plan. And every time you follow up, they feel that hope, maybe only for a second, but they feel it. And then they get back to their busy life. They don't have to respond right now. And here's what I will tell you. Most people will not respond at all for a long time, right? The vast majority won't respond to 5 or 6 follow-ups. Nothing. How many of you have had somebody you thought was interested and then you got nothing but crickets? How many of you did that to the person who signed you up? This is normal because our lives are busy. Yeah, Juice Plus is cool. That sounds neat. But I'm still living my life right now. Does that make sense? I've got kids and I'm overwhelmed with this and whatever. So I want you guys to know, it's not that they're not interested. They just need to be, you need to stay with them longer. This is the part where we're loving them through the process. You've got Teamzy now, it's super easy. You put them in there, you set the follow-up. Next time they come up, they're due, follow up again, they're due, follow up again. You don't have to think about it. It keeps track of it for you. Does this make sense? But what will happen is most people won't respond at all until maybe the 6th time you've messaged them. And then the message will be something like this. I'm so sorry I haven't responded. Thank you for following up. And you guys will get that message. About 2 months from now, you'll all be messaging me. They're thanking me for following up. You're right. But I want you guys to know 20% close quick. Those are the ones you've got so far. 80% take a long time. That's why you need a system like Teamzy. Creating conversations, inviting people, putting them on your follow-ups list and keeping them there. Keep them on that follow-ups list forever. Okay? Keep them on the follow-ups list forever. As soon as they've expressed interest, keep connecting. I've had people take a year. And they're like, you're amazing. I can't believe how well you've stayed in touch with me. You're so consistent. You will blow people away. Does this make sense? Okay. So that's basically how you do your power hour. Each day, 5 days a week, log in, connect with prospects, whoever's up next, then your customers, then your distributors. As you're having conversations, invite people to learn more and put them on your follow-ups list. Work that follow-ups list. Okay? As you get really good at this and you plug into Teamzy and more of the free trainings that we offer, you're going to learn the art of getting customers to duplicate. You're going to learn the art of taking your current customers and getting them to introduce people to you actively. Okay? I want you guys to know that if you're like thinking, well, how am I going to meet new people? Honestly, you don't need to meet, you can meet new people from the people you know. It's completely sustainable. You can grow a huge business without ever going outside of your sphere. Your sphere will continually bring you people as you build those relationships, which is pretty cool. All right, so I know I've talked to you guys for a long time. Thanks for indulging me. I've had some fun with you. Once I got awake, I got going and rolling. But if you guys want to do some questions, you want to do some Q&A, I'm happy to do that. You just can unmute and ask away, and we'll do it.
Thanks, Eric. Yeah, guys, if you want to pop up a question in the comments, then you guys are more than welcome to do that. Hey, Eric, I wanted to ask you a real quick one. If you're building your Facebook like friend list, can you update your database in your Teamzy, or you've got to add them as you go?
Great question. Okay, so basically the way it works is once you've put your friends into Teamzy, the best thing to do is as you go to add them, as you add them each day, let me show you how to do that. Super easy. So if I'm adding somebody here, Brittany's going to be Brittany, you keep being on the top of my page, so you're my thing today. See this add contact right here? You just click that. Let's say I just made friends with Brittany on Facebook. Did I spell that right? Okay, it's pretty close. Create contact. So I've now added her on Facebook there. She's now in my Teamzy. Now, if you were to fall behind, so now what's cool about that is, you remember your goal is to add 3 people a day. So some of you will really get caught up and you'll want to get that high five from Teamzy that you did all your goals for today. So that will fulfill that. Now, if, let's say you fell behind, you've added 25 people this week to Facebook, right? And you haven't put them in Teamzy. What I used to do is I would just go to my recently added in Facebook and make sure everybody was in Teamzy. But you could do, Adam, to answer your question, you could do a full export from Facebook again and put it in Teamzy, and Teamzy will only add the new people the next time. So it won't duplicate them. So every once in a while, you could do a full export from Facebook and it would just add the new people in, okay? So obviously you're gonna do that from time to time, you'll get behind. It doesn't automatically sync with Facebook because to do that actually violates your user terms with Facebook. So we looked at that. There is a way to do it, but there's a chance you guys could get in Facebook jail for doing that. So we're not going to put that in Teamzy for you, if that makes sense. We don't want to mess with that. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think updating the data, but I think, Eric, I'm not a tech person at all, and I've been able to upload my Facebook list. I've been able to do my customer and team list. I did that like literally in like 15 minutes. It's like really simple, guys. Really simple.
Okay. So are you guys putting questions here for me to read?
I can't hear you.
If you have a question, you guys, I'm fine if you just want to unmute and ask.
See? Turned it off when I went to the toilet.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Great content. I love what you shared tonight. Thank you. I went and added a bunch of people on my Facebook to a spreadsheet, and I've got like over 1,000 on there. Is there a way of me being able to download that onto Teamzy?
Oh yeah, you could do a spreadsheet easy. You just need to save it as a CSV file.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay, and then you can import it right into Teamzy. Now, a couple things. I don't know how good you are with spreadsheets. I'm not great at them, but you just need to make sure that the columns are labeled. Like this is their last name, this is their first name, this is their email, right, or whatever, so that Teamzy knows what the data is, and it'll put it right into Teamzy for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sure. Now, just for you guys, so you guys know, if you have any problem importing a file like that, like let's say she goes to do that and she gets an error. If you send a message to our help desk, they'll grab that file and they'll clean it up and put it back in for you. They'll figure out what's wrong with it. So I just want you guys to know that like, don't spend any time stressing about it. If you hit a roadblock at all, just ask us for help. The team will clear it up. We've done it. We've had 80,000 people use Teamzy. Chances are we've seen whatever problem you're having, and then I've already helped someone through it. Make sense? Okay, cool.
I have a question.
You guys see how easy this is? Okay, well, let me give you some action steps real quick. First off, go get your free trial of Teamzy, teamzy.com/JP. Okay, it's free for 30 days. The second action step is this: get a success partner to do the free trial with you. If you don't have a success partner, just pick somebody. Say, hey, let's be 30-day success partners. Somebody on the team. Say, hey, let's do this together. Let's hold each other accountable. Okay? So what I want you to do with your success partner is, once you've set up Teamzy, share with them, hey, here's my daily goal. 9 prospects, 6 customers, 4 distributors. What's yours? Okay? And then each day when you complete your goal, take a screenshot of Teamzy. It's going to give you this 100% you crushed it message. Take a screenshot and message it over to your partner. Okay? This is huge. You guys, a lot of you will sign up for this trial. Right now you're excited, and then you'll do nothing with it. With a success partner, you're going to get it. You're going to have a killer month. It'd probably be the best month in your business. Okay? Because what happens is 9 o'clock at night, you haven't done anything in your business. You're going to get that message from your partner with that completed dashboard. Crap. You have to get your phone out and do it real quick and send it back. You're going to feel compelled to do that. You'll get so much more out of it with a success partner. So get a success partner, or 2. By the way, groups of 3 work really great. Okay. And then I'm going to give you one more action step. My third action step for you is I'm going to give you my 5-day challenge. 5-day challenge. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to use Teamzy 5 days in a row. Wow. And over the 5 days, I want you to connect with 100 people. Okay? Any combination of prospects, customers, distributors, I don't care. 20 people a day average for 5 days. Okay? Just send out those messages. Why do I want you to do this? Because it's going to blow your mind, you guys. If you do this for 5 days, you will create so much momentum in your relationships. It's going to blow your mind. You're going to go, wow, this is incredible. And you'll be having so many conversations by the end of the week. You may even feel overwhelmed for a second. I want you to feel that. I want you to understand that in this business, or in any business, you can create tremendous momentum in just a few days. And so many people in this world are sitting around waiting for something to happen. Just by connecting with people and making their day, you're going to create so much positive energy. So the 5 day, how many of you are in for the 5-day challenge? Let me see your hands. Public accountability. Yes. 5-day challenge. Get a partner or two. Say, hey, let's do this together. Let's do the 30 days and figure out when you're going to start your 5-day challenge and go for it. See what it feels like. Okay. To create that momentum. Because here's what I'm here to tell you. The reason why I want you to have a 30-day free trial is because I believe if you get after it and follow the system, you can create income that first month. Okay. And after that first month, then you can stay with Teamzy. Look, Teamzy is per month. It's $19.95 for Juice Plus. It's $19.95 US a month for Teamzy subscription. It's like 60 cents a day to have all this planned for you, to have your own assistant in your business. Okay. Everyone else pays $30 a month. Juice Plus is special because corporate saw the opportunity, they invested in you guys so you could have that discount. So make sure you guys get in there and do it. Okay. Do we want to do any other questions come up?
I've got a question.
Go ahead.
Just wanted to find out, with the conversations that we have with people, do we have to record them in Teamzy, or is it just the first initial reach out?
Good question. Good question. So the question was, just to restate it for you guys, when you're connecting with people, do you record the whole conversation or just the initial reach out? Now, when I started using Teamzy, I tried to record the whole conversation. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. And I built the thing. And I thought, wow, this is a lot of work. Okay. And the reason I was recording the whole conversation is because when I had a job, I was required to. Here's what I found though, to answer your question. Just putting the initial conversation in and logging it is great, because that sets, you have to do at least that much, because now Teamzy knows, okay, boom, 30 days from now or 60 days from now, I need to put this person back on Eric's list. Make sense? So if the conversation fizzles out, let's say we talk a little bit, but it doesn't go into an invite, great. They're already on my list to come back 30, 60, 90 days in the future. If the conversation goes somewhere and I move them to my follow-ups list, now they're in my follow-ups list. And when I go to follow up, I can go to, let's say I'm using Messenger. Every time I go to Messenger, I can see the whole conversation. So you don't have to log the whole conversation in Teamzy if you don't want to, is what I'm saying. Make sure that you always log the initial reach out and you log each follow-up so that Teamzy knows when to have you connect with them again. If that makes sense. Okay. But another thing you could do, and this is something that I would do, is let's say I messaged Adam and we had a conversation and it didn't really go anywhere. And then he comes back up in 2 months. When I go to message him again, sometimes that's when I'll grab the whole Facebook conversation and paste it in Teamzy, just so it's in there in history, if that makes sense. But I never went back and like tried to keep up because it's too much work. Okay. And really what matters is the next reach out. That's what matters. So that's what you want to use Teamzy to focus on, is the next reach out, and know that that's scheduled. Okay. Because if you get caught up doing too much busy work, it'll take the wind out of your sails, if that makes sense.
So good, Eric. Amazing. I know so many are excited. I want to just add a little disclaimer. I know no one would be thinking this, but if you are, just in case someone was, I want you guys to know that there is no endorsement, affiliate fee. We would never, ever, ever do anything like that. My wealth strategy is Juice Plus. So it is not, putting products in front of you guys, taking a clip. We will never, ever, ever do anything like that. I can assure you guys, and we're not doing anything. I am very, very conscious of that anything we put in front of you guys is not a distraction. I'll be honest, I've been thinking about this for about 6 months, probing, asking, doing all that sort of stuff? Who's using it? Is anyone? And everyone speaks it. The thing that I would say this, if you're not going to use it, it's a waste of time. But I would say to you guys, if you're someone who's ready to take your business to the next level, you guys want a great accountability tool, not only for the dashboard, but the other cool thing is that I love, Eric has set up inside Teamzy, he has set up a dashboard that you can share with your leaders, and your leaders can see your activity and cheer you guys on and see that you guys are doing activity, and even be able to help you guys with conversion, be able to really track that. You know, you guys hear us talk about, you know, the 4 layers to recruiting. So I want to just quickly invite you guys while I do this. Eric, maybe you can tell them how to do this. If they wanted to share it with, let's say, me and the FreeStyle leaders and the other groups, how do they share it with their leaders so they know? One of the things I would love to do is with the 5-day challenge, I'd actually like to reward those that are committed to doing that and achieving that. And I'm going to create a FreeStyle secret weapon group. This is going to be our new secret weapon to success. How do the guys share that with their leaders?
Okay, so the way they get on your team report is the leader sends an invitation to them and they have to accept it, and that syncs up the data. Okay, so let me show you how it works. So like in your case, Adam, what you could do is maybe you could create a post on your group where people tag their email address, and then your assistant can go into your account and send off all those invitations. Okay. But here's how it works. Let me show you guys how this looks. If you go to the team report on the left side, you can see right now it only has my stats, but if I wanted to add someone, I would just click on that little plus button right here, and I would send the email. Okay. I would put in their email and click the invite. And then when you guys get that email, you click a link and it gives Teamzy permission to share your statistics. It doesn't share your data like people's names and numbers or anything like that. All it shares is how many connects you did, how many follow-ups you logged, how many invites you logged, right? And are you adding people to your list? It just adds your activities. Does that make sense? So they can see that. And so then you have, in fact, I think I have my, do I have my boot camp one open still? No, I closed it. So for example, they can see everyone and they can see who's cranking and who's asleep today, if that makes sense. So if you want to invite people on your downline to your report, or your success partner, by the way, you can put on here too. You just click that plus and you invite them. Okay. If that makes sense. It's really powerful coaching tool. It's a really powerful coaching tool. Again, every layer of accountability you can put in your life makes you do better, right? If you know somebody's going to be looking at your numbers, you're more likely to do it. If you know your team leader is going to look at that report every Tuesday night, guess what happens on Monday? You get busy, and those little pressure points help you. This is why people pay for coaches and business consultants. You know, this is why I have the side gigs still being a business consultant, because people know if they're paying me, they'll do the work. It's that accountability. Does that make sense? So hopefully that really helps.
And multiple leaders can be looking at an individual, right? If they're multiple leaders, just whoever, if the leader says, hey, you know, here's my link, and then they get invited and away they go.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep. Absolutely.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Honestly, guys, I know it's getting early now. People start waking up at 4:30 maybe where you are, but I know it is getting late here, and we have people in New Zealand. I want to, again, Eric, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate what you've created.
Thank you.
We'll invite you to some fancy party on a boat as we sail somewhere, as we all take our businesses to the next level by using your tool. It's really exciting. I know you're making a huge impact. It's amazing.
Thank you for having me. And for me, it's a pleasure to be part of all your success stories. And I can't wait to hear how it's going for you.
You know, we have a tradition here, buddy. In Team FreeStyle, we like to show our guests our love. So, guys, you know what to do. Let's give Eric a big thank you. Thank you, mate. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you very much. Thank you. It was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.